Apex has obviously been making some changes, and a lot of times it seems like they make changes without actually telling us. And so sometimes patch notes can come out and things won't be specified, and yet you still feel a difference in the gameplay. Or sometimes it's even happened with certain guns being changed and those updates prematurely came out. Well, what in the world has happened since season 18 launched that has had so many people talking about how bad the skill-based matchmaking is all of a sudden for Apex Legends public matches? And it's not just the content creators and pro players saying this for the first time, so it seems a little weird. If you guys want to stay up to date all things Apex Legends news, of course, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below for the chance to win the Revan Heirloom giveaway. We are picking that winner this Thursday, I believe. No, today is Thursday. Crap. No, today's Friday, actually. We are picking the winner Friday or Saturday or sometime this weekend or something like that. The event ends Tuesday, so as long as it's before then. Which, by the way, you will see and hear the winner in the video, on the video, whatever, not in the comments. That guy in the comments is pretending to be me, message me on Telegram. That's all scam. Please don't fall for that stuff. So firstly, I wanted to mention this post that was actually getting some attention from Alpha Intel as well, and the gaming merchant chimed in. First off, it started off with Alpha Intel saying, "We love this idea of being able to play in the firing range while waiting for your queue. I felt like that was a great idea as well. And a matter of fact, I thought you were going to be able to do that at one point in this game. Sadly, it seems like that feature did not come." Gaming merchant also retweeted this, saying that 3 quality of life changes that I think I would really like to see in this game so long. Number 1, go to the firing range while in queue so that you can 1v1 randoms or something, or even just go in there and 1v1 anybody. It doesn't even necessarily have to be someone in your queue. It'd be cool if the firing range was like this open server community concept where you could just go into a cage and press the start button and then you lock into a 1v1. And on top of that, being able to do inside of your queue would be massive. Number 2, option matchmake will spectating after dying instead of going back to the lobby. Meaning if your whole team dies and you want to spectate the lobby, even though you can't come back or anything, instead of having to go back to the lobby, give yourself spectator mode where you can fly, free cam, whatever, watch the zone ending and all of that. That would be really sick. And then lastly, access your inventory and change skins in game, or at least in the firing range. And just in case you're thinking like, okay, these ideas come from where? It actually does take a lot of people to come together and spat out their ideas in order for Respawn to eventually listen and hear and understand or make these changes as well. So it's never a bad time to let us know your ideas so that we can see what is actually good that Apex could add into the game. So I'm interested to hear what your ideas are for quality of life updates as well. Now let's talk about what in the world Apex seems to have been doing with this skill-based matchmaking. Now, in a couple of videos ago, you may have heard me say things like people are complaining and people are wondering why in the world Apex Legends public matches seem to be so hard all of a sudden. Fade had actually also tweeted out that pubs are now ALGS qualifiers. Noco had actually also put out how much fun this season is. And at the very bottom, a side note that pubs are SBMM are terrible, but like I said, they can change all of this stuff. Why are people suddenly complaining about skill-based matchmaking again? This was a really bad complaint a couple of seasons ago, and it seems like Apex may have actually like mended this problem for a while. People really stopped complaining about it for a long time, and it seems like Apex pubs were getting better over time. Matter of fact, I can attest that I had actually enjoyed my public matches for about the last year or so, until suddenly it seems like maybe this thing has flipped up on its head. Suddenly everyone's talking about how bad the skill-based matchmaking is this season, and maybe something that they changed, adjusted, that we don't really know why this is happening. But then it wasn't just the content creators or Twitch streamers as well. Dexerto actually goes on an article for someone who's just a casual player over on the Reddit scene who had this to talk about. Apex Legends broken skill-based matchmaking made this random guy who's a casual player uninstall his game because of how bad and sweaty the matchmaking was. So this Dexerto article actually had a section for it of why are Apex Legends vets criticizing the game, citing that this self-proclaimed 50-year-old dad has blamed the developers after experiencing awful games due to his matchmaking experience. It doesn't get much more casual player than a 50-year-old dad. So I know a lot of you are always like, oh, it's the pros, it's the content creators, all they do is cry, cry, cry. And of course you make a great point. But I do think that a 50-year-old dad saying this, you've got to be able to put yourself in some similar shoes here. And he's saying the same thing. Solo queuing has been historically considered rough in the FPS world, they say. And for this dad, the changes have only appeared to make it worse. He stated that it's an issue of enjoyment. Going to his highlight is KD being around 0.7 for season 18 instead of a 0.9 like season 17. Okay, come on. He should have given a little bit better numbers than that. But his official article said this on Reddit, saying, day one solo queue dad here. I really enjoyed the ride, but the devs have finally lost me this season. I just uninstalled my game after a week of awful games due to inexplicable matchmaking. Not gonna lie, I had a hard time reading that word. I'm pretty stupid. He goes on to cite a lot of things we already read, but he says, if you're loving this season, then fair play to you, and I am jealous, but I'm out. Never posted before, before, and that's a sign of how frustrated I am about a game that I've sunk a lot of time into. So the comments proceeded shortly after, like, you're not alone. I feel this. I've been playing since season 2. It feels like everyone is cheating, but I'm actually just getting destroyed. And he actually said he went on some research adventures here in the Reddit world, and he said he sees everybody saying the exact same thing. I will say I've seen a lot more of this than normal. I don't know what Respawn may have changed about the skill-based matchmaking, but it definitely seems obvious, and it definitely seems probable that something was updated or something was changed, because I don't think I've ever seen this many Apex Legends skill-based matchmaking complaints since the days of these old skill-based matchmaking videos that I made. And this one from 2 years ago actually cited that someone had spoke with someone at EA, and they actually said that Apex was usually like an engagement-based matchmaking, where it basically tries to force that you get a 50% win rate or so that you feel like, you know, driven enough that you've seen success and you want it again, but also frustrated enough where you want to like overcome that hill, overcome that hump, overcome that challenge, and get back to the victory lane again. Apex actually came out and denied those allegations and said that they were not doing that at all and never participated in any form of engagement-based matchmaking, while at the same time admitting that all matchmaking systems try to prioritize engagement to some degree. So it just seems like they were denying this whole, like, I guess, patented EOMM or whatever it was called, but still admitted that everybody kind of goes off of engagement. So, like, you know, who's to really blame here? So interested to see what you guys have to say down in the comment section below. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you guys want to stay up to date all things Apex Legends news related and enter into the Revenant Heirloom giveaway. And until the next time, I will see you all later, Gators.